The village of Akwana was peaceful during the day. Children played in the dusty paths. Women fetched water from the river. Fishermen cast their nets and returned home before sunset. Life was simple. But when darkness fell, everything changed. As soon as the sun disappeared behind the trees, the villagers rushed indoors. Doors were locked, windows were shut. No one dared go near the river after midnight, because everyone knew the story of the woman in white. Some said she was a ghost. Others believed she was a spirit trapped between two worlds. No one knew the truth, but everyone feared her. Years earlier, an old fisherman named Bako was returning home late one night. The moon was bright and the river was calm. As he walked along the riverbank, he noticed someone standing near the water. A woman. She wore a long white dress that moved gently in the wind. Her face was hidden. Bako assumed she was lost. "Madam, what are you doing here at this hour?" he called out. The woman slowly turned her head. Without saying a word, she pointed toward the river. Bako felt a chill run through his body. Something was not right. He took a step backward. The woman began walking toward the water, step by step, until she disappeared beneath the surface. There was no splash, no sound, nothing. The next morning, Bako told everyone what he had seen. Most people laughed. They thought he was tired. But a few days later, another villager reported seeing the same woman, then another, and another. Soon, the entire village was talking about her. Every witness described the same thing: a woman in white, appearing exactly at midnight, standing beside the river, pointing toward the water, then vanishing. Fear spread through the village. Parents warned their children. Travelers avoided the river road. Even hunters chose longer routes through the forest. Years passed. The mystery remained unsolved. Then, one season, a young man named Kofi arrived in the village. Kofi was brave. Some people said he was stubborn. When he heard the story, he laughed. "A ghost," he said. "There is no such thing." The elders shook their heads. One old woman looked him directly in the eyes. "If you see her," she warned, "do not follow her." Kofi smiled. "I'll prove this story is nonsense." The villagers begged him to stay away from the river, but Kofi had already made up his mind. That night, he waited. As midnight approached, he hid behind a large tree overlooking the river. The village was silent. The air felt strangely cold. Even the insects seemed quieter than usual. Then, the village clock struck 12. 1, 2, 3. The sound echoed through the darkness, and suddenly, Kofi saw her, standing exactly where the villagers had described. A woman dressed in white, motionless, facing the river. For the first time in his life, Kofi felt fear, but he forced himself to remain calm. Slowly, he stepped out from behind the tree. The woman turned. Her face was pale. Her eyes seemed distant, almost empty. Yet, she looked strangely sad. Kofi swallowed hard. "Who are you?" he asked. The woman said nothing. Instead, she raised her arm and pointed toward the river, just as every witness had claimed. Kofi looked at the water. Nothing was there. When he looked back, the woman had started walking, not into the village, not into the forest, toward the river. Without thinking, Kofi followed. Each step felt heavier than the last. The closer he got to the water, the colder the air became. A strange fog began forming around the riverbank. The woman continued moving forward. Then she stopped. For the first time she spoke. Her voice was barely a whisper. "Help me!" Kofi froze. The woman slowly pointed toward a spot in the river, a place where the water appeared darker than the rest. Then she vanished, just disappeared, as though she had never been there. Kofi stood trembling. His heart raced, but curiosity pushed him forward. The next morning, he returned with several villagers. Together, they searched the area. Near the riverbank, they discovered something shocking. Hidden beneath mud and stones were the remains of an old wooden canoe. The elders immediately recognized it. Many years ago, a young woman had disappeared during a storm. Her canoe had capsized. Her body was never found. The entire village had searched for her, but she was gone. Now, decades later, they believed they finally understood. The woman in white was not trying to harm anyone. She was trying to be found. The villagers organized a ceremony beside the river. They prayed, they honored her memory, and they gave her a proper farewell. That night, everyone waited. Midnight came. The river remained still. No woman appeared. The next night was the same, and the night after that. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. The mysterious woman was never seen again. Some villagers believed her spirit had finally found peace. Others believed she had never been a ghost at all. But one thing was certain. No one ever forgot the woman who appeared every midnight by the river. And even today, when the moon shines brightly over the water, some villagers still glance toward the riverbank, just in case. Because legends have a strange way of surviving long after the truth is gone.